Good morning, friends. How are you? Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's doing well and a little bit curious about what I'm up to this morning, as my post might have been a little bit weirder than normal. It's been a bit of a weird, busy week for me, so my brain's kind of scattered all over the place. All right. I am one direction on one device and another on my other, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. Please jump on and comment that you can see it in the right direction. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. If I have to change it afterwards, I can do that. But jump on, say hello, say good morning. I got a lot to cover, so we're going to jump right into it. I got this set yesterday, so it's the In Symmetry set. It comes with a punch, the stamp set, and the paper, and I thought this is a cool idea to make a good little gift set. So we're going to do that, but I'm also going to, of course, stamp some cards with you and show you. So that's why I said don't prep anything, because I'm going to show you a really cool idea. So this is a fun paper that comes in the set. And then it's these fun patterns on the back as well. So it's beautiful. So what I did was I took a sheet of each of these and I cut it down to 6 by 6. And then I gathered, so on the back of all of your Designer Series paper packages, it tells you the coordinating colors with the paper. So this one has Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Flirty Flamingo, Night of Navy, Just Jade, and then of course our basic white. So I gathered all that cardstock. I just have one piece right here of a full sheet, but I gathered all of those matching ones other than my white, and kind of placed and matched against my papers and which ones I wanted to use. So this is what I did. I cut them down, which I'll go over the directions for what we're going to make here. I'm going to show you in a second. But I matched and cut the cardstock down to whatever I needed to match the cardstock that I had there. Okay, so then I had this brilliant idea, because I like to plan early and get Christmas gifts. We usually do homemade Christmas gifts for most of the family. So I had the idea to go and get myself a little desk caddy. So this is what I have on my desk too, to make up quick thank you cards, birthday cards. I mean, I have drawers full of pre-made cards, but this is a fun little thing that I have just for making like quick and easy cards. So that's sort of my focus today, was how to make quick and easy cards. Maybe get together a little box like this for a gift. You can give this to a teacher, a crafty friend, whatever. It's great that it just fits completely on your desk. So I got this at HomeSense. So what I want to point out is that the measurements are what you want to watch for, because you want to make sure that your cardstock fits in. So this one is 9.5 by 5.3 by 4.5 inches. And it's got 4 little caddies. So you'll see, I'll pull these out. These are all the same size. So this is what I mean. You want to make sure that it fits your cards perfectly. And then it's got just an open one at the front here. So that's obviously holding all my little supplies. So we'll go through what's in this little box here. So I've got cards that are already made in the back. So I've got full-size cards and note cards, which I will visit all of this stuff as we go along here. I've got all my pre-cut layers. So I've pre-cut something, so if I was giving this as a gift, they could just automatically use these, layer them, and put them together for their cards in the back. Then I've got all of my blanks. So I've got full-size cards and note cards and envelopes in this little pocket here. In the front, I have linen thread, because that's my go-to decoration. I've got some liquid Tombow glue. I've got dimensionals, minis, and full size. The word escaped me. And then just some basic rhinestones, because these kind of go with everything. So, but I mean, we have so many embellishments that you could go crazy and get whatever you liked. And then I've just got some of the cut off scraps here, which will make sense in a minute when I go through all the cutting directions. So basically, you could create this gift by getting our note cards and envelopes, getting dimensionals, could be one size, both sides, whatever you want, just some basic embellishments, so a twine and a rhinestone, some glue, or you could get our stamp and seal, and then you would just get a pack, which all the Designer's Paper series paper is on sale right now. Get a pack of that. You could cut it up and use some for yourself and give some as a gift, or you could do a few of these boxes to give away. So this is a cute little idea, and we'll run through all the dimensions, but like I say, make sure that your pockets can hold either a full-size card or the note cards, whichever you're going to give and include in that package, but you just want to make sure that that's wide enough. So just keep that in mind when you're out shopping and looking for these. I got this one at HomeSense, so it's perfect. I think it was $20, so it's a perfect little setup. Okay, so we'll go through what we've got in this box, and then some of our layers and our cutting. Okay, so our standard card bases. So what you would buy is a pack of envelopes. They come in 40s for $10.25, and then you can split that up amongst many little holders, or you keep some for yourself and then give some away, whichever. Your thick cardstock base, which is 8.5 by 11, so there's 24 sheets in a pack for $11.25, and then of course you get two cards, out of one full sheet of paper once you've cut it and scored it. Okay, which you would have to do that work ahead of time for them, but still, it's all right. Or you could go an easier route and get the note cards and envelopes, which come in a pack of 20. So you get 20 cards, 20 envelopes, and they're $9.50. And these are great for just quick cards, so that's perfect as well. Like I said, the Designer Series paper is on sale right now, so that's in your annual catalog on pages 132 and 133. There's lots to choose from there, so it's endless of what you can do, and then the matching stamp set obviously goes along with it. And then when you're choosing your papers, a good idea is to look at the color family packs, which are you get 4 sheets, I think, of each color. This is obviously not a color family, but I believe that's what it is. They're on page 126, but I think it's 4 sheets of each of the 5 colors that are in the color family, or 10. Some of the families have 10. This is like an in color would have 5. But anyways, they're $12.25, and then you can use those for your layers. So you can split up that pack as well, but you get all that multiple of colors that match with your Designer Series paper. So when you're looking at your paper, it will show you. Let me just grab the catalog and we'll have a quick look here. So when you're looking at your Designer Series paper, it shows underneath what colors go with that. So then you would go over to page 126, and under your assortment and bundles, it's going to tell you which color family they come from. So your color families are here, and it's going to kind of give you a breakdown of what's in those. So you get 20 sheets, 2 of each of the 10 colors in the 10-pack color families, and then in the 5-pack in color you get 20 sheets, 4 of each of the 5 colors. So that's a good way to cut up multiples and then share it around, and even keep some for yourself if that's what you choose to do. So those are good ways to break up the cost. Okay, and then if they don't have any supplies, I recommend just going with 3 ink colors that go with the paper that you've chosen. So mine, I've chosen these ones to do my cards with. I have introduced 1 extra, but if you're like me and have all the products you can use. But 3 is a good starting point to ink pads. They're each $10.25, so you got to keep that cost in mind. And then obviously you need a Memento Black for greetings and that sort of thing. But someone that you're giving this to may already have some supplies, so keep that in mind too, and you know you're looking at their craft rooms of what they actually need in that little box as the gift. Okay, so we'll show you some of the layers and the cards that I've made. So I've just made some simple layering and simple cards here. I've taken my 6x6 piece of designer series paper, and I've used some of these layers so they're not all here. And when I cut it, I get 4 pieces of 5x3. So they're 5 this way, 3 this way, and then I get a little tiny 1-inch cutoff, which I would use on another card to do. You can layer them. If your card was this way, you can kind of layer each of the different colors up the card layer, because of course they all coordinate together. So all of this is useful in the end. So never throw away a scrap of designer series paper because you will regret it. So you can, you know, just layer these back and forth, and then a quick little greeting on it and a simple card with those scrap cutoffs. So, and I just keep those in the front of my little box. So we've got our designer series paper, again 6x6 cut down, and then done at 5x3, and then you have your 1x3 leftovers. Okay, so I've got a little assortment there. And then we're taking 1 sheet of our cardstock of what we've chosen, and we're cutting this down to 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. So then this layers very nicely right on top with that 1/4 inch border. So as you can see on all my samples, I have that. And then I basically just took one of the sayings. So this is a great set because it's got some fun sayings on it. I've taken the best day ever, and I've just gone ahead and stamped that at the bottom. And then I've taken the hey friend, and I've just stamped that at the bottom. So nice, quick, simple card, not much to it. You could jazz it up with your rhinestones and your linen thread or whatever embellishments that you've chosen, or you can just leave it nice and plain. I mean, that paper speaks for itself, so it doesn't need to be too fancy. Okay, so this would basically be, you'd cut up your cardstock and you would cut up the designer series paper for them, and then it would go into your little box and be ready for them to just grab pieces and quickly put cards together. If you wanted to, you know, you could do up a sample one just to give them something to go off of, but you don't have to. Okay, and another one that I made is just, I got a little mung there, so ignore that. But I've just taken our standard layering Whisper White piece, or sorry, not Whisper White, Basic White. I do that every now and again. And taken my card base. So this is our standard card base and our standard layering piece, which is 5 1/4 by 4. And I've just simply done basic stamping on the front of this. So I've taken my Flirty Flamingo and stamped the flower. I've taken my Just Jade, which is a matching color, and my stem and my leaves, and stamped that. And then I've taken that Best Day Ever again and just stamped that simply on there. You could do dimensionals on the back and pop that up, or you can just leave it as simple as that. It's a beautiful card just the way that it is. So that's simple cards using our simple standard layers that we use in card making and our standard bases. Easy, right? So back to our box. So in this side, that's where all that stuff is. So these are my completed cards at the back. And then I've got, of course, my regular standard layer or standard bases and envelopes here to grab from. So that's where I've got my little layers as well. And then my little 1x3 pieces are in the front. Okay, now we'll pop over to show you how easy the note cards are. So these, obviously, when I showed you, are a bit smaller. I don't know the exact size. I don't have my pack here, but they're a bit smaller than our regular card, but they're great for a quick card, like I said. So here's a simple card. I have cut down the designer series paper to 5 by 3.5 so that it fits the full front of my card. So there you go, they're 5 by 3.5. So that layer takes up the whole card front. And then I've cut a basic white layer, 3.25 by 4 7/8 to just give me that border all the way around. And then I've just taken elements from the stamp, Just Jade, Bumblebee, and then my black, and just simply stamped it straight on that basic white layer. So we'll quickly do one here to show you, because you're probably getting bored of me talking. So I'm going to take my Just Jade stamp set and my stem, and we're going to quickly, right in the middle, stamp that stem. And then I'm going to take the leaf and I'm going to stamp it just at the bottom a little bit, and then one up more. I just love the flowers in this set. They're just so whimsical and cute. You just can't go wrong. And then I'm going to take this paper that I've put on the front of this one. So that's at 3.5 by 5. Whoops. I've covered the entire front. Sorry, my block just took off with my stamp. And then I'm doing Calypso Coral and stamping that flower. Okay, and then we'll take the Thanks So Much and our memento and just stamp that at the bottom. And simple, done. Like, we're gonna layer this right onto our card right now. So how quick was that? And when the pieces are all sort of cut, so it's a little bit of work on your end. When the pieces are pre-cut, then it makes it so much quicker. Okay, so look, how easy was that? And aren't those cards cute? Okay, and then I've got another one here that I've done, and I've stepped it up a little bit with my linen thread. So the designer series paper, I've cut a basic white layering piece at 3.25 by 4 7/8, just to kind of give me that border around my note card. My designer series paper is cut at 3 by 3.25, so it goes edge to edge on that basic white piece. And then I had a little cut off that I made, which is 1/8 of an inch by 3 3/4, and I've just sort of created like a pot with the papers. And then I've just taken elements from the stamp set, so that little flower and that stem, and then the Hey Friend, and I've just created sort of like a little flower pot. So that's a quick and easy card. When you're stamping your stems, if you accidentally, which I did when I created my sample, put the designer series paper down first, I just used a post-it note to use to mask off the top of that when I stamped my stem, because the stem is a little bit longer when you want that short version. But I would stamp my stems first, but if you forget and you create it ahead of time, that's a little tip to use a post-it note and just mask that off. Okay, so that's just a cute little card as well. And then this one, I've stepped it up a little bit even more with my rhinestones and my linen thread again. So I've taken my designer series paper and I've cut it to 5 by 3.25, so that I've got edges on this side, but it's flush with the edge on this side. Then I've taken a basic white piece, 4 by 3, to get my layering. I've stamped straight on with my ink of a flower and the stems and my greeting, and then on a scrap piece of white I've stamped again the flower and cut it out so that I could layer that and do it dimensionally. So there's just a pop dot in behind that, and then my linen thread is just attached with the Tombow glue right in the middle of that stem just to dress it up. So that's a cute little card, quick and easy to step it up. You can just do basic simple stamping though, straight on ink, stamp and paper, looks beautiful as well. So it just depends on who you're giving it to and what sort of level of stamping, I guess, that they're interested in. But it's a quick way to just get that done. And then when they're finished, like I say, they just go in the back, they're done, they've got elements to make more. They can add to that as they get the bug of how fun it is, and that they can just keep going and keep adding to it. And this always sits on the desk, it's always ready, and it's lots of fun. A few other sets that I wanted to show you, that when you're looking through the catalog, always start with, if you know, you're trying to decide, this set obviously is gorgeous for this, but if you're trying to sort of pick something out, actually I won't go to that set because it's not even available right now. So say the hand pen paper, that one's beautiful, and then you get the stamp set to go with it. They can do quick and easy cards just like that. There is a pack, so if you didn't want to buy all the elements, so the elements, by that I mean the designer series paper, your cardstock, you know, your envelopes, all that kind of stuff separately, you could go to these Memory and More packs. So they have cards and envelopes that come together. Unfortunately, the envelopes don't fit in that box, but you could change the box design around. Your goodies, your embellishments and what am I trying to say? Dimensionals could go there, and your envelopes could sit in the front. The cards do fit in this little pocket. So you're just got to change your little box element around, but these envelopes and cards are perfect. And then I think there's 20, let me see how many's in there. There's 20 cards and 20 envelopes. So perfect. 127 is where you'll find those in the catalog. And then they also have the card pack, which comes with all of these layering elements. So then you don't have to prepare anything. They have these already ready to go. So it's got some large ones. They're good for scrapbooking too, but if you layer them in the right ways, you can use these as pieces on your cards as well. And then they've got these little ones that they could just flip that around, put that on, and there, you've got a simple card ready to go. You can put some rhinestones, you can put some twine, or you can just leave it as is. There's so many different elements in here that you can add to the card that make it quick and easy to go. These packs, so the cards and envelopes and this pack, which comes like 50 cards or something like that, which is just insane, is only $13.50. So each pack is $13.50. This card and or no, what are they called? The Memories and More card pack. They also come with stickers, so there's elements there that you can add to the fronts of your cards. They can stamp their greetings into these if they have a sentiment set, but there are some happy birthday thinking of you ones included. So this is another option to add to that box. That also would bring the price point down a bit. And it's a great option. You just have to change the layout of what little pockets you're going to put stuff in. So I wanted to bring that to your attention because that is very cool. Also, the Sweet as the Peach set, Plentiful Plants, artistically inked. Obviously we know the paper's not Oh no, maybe the paper's back in stock actually. I think it was this week. I haven't jumped on this morning to see. But the plants could make some cute simple cards with just stamping. Background stamps too are also something to look at, because you can just simply stamp a card with a background and you don't need a lot. So this one's obviously stepped up a bit, but just that Daisy Garden stamp on page 106 just creates that beautiful background. The spiral one, 2 colors of ink, and you just change it around and that'll stamp a really funky background. And then you could add in the Biggest Witch stamp set, which is one I recommend for sentiments. Same thing, a couple colors of ink, a little bit of embellishment, and you can create beautiful cards. So the endless options. You can go crazy and then get the tag die, and these are elements that they can add on afterwards, but make your paper this focus and just use elements out of the stamp set. If the tag wasn't there, I could pop dimensional some stamped peaches in there, or I could just put a greeting on there and it's done. Like, simple. Make it easy. Don't go crazy. This one is just that artistically inked paper. Simple thanks. Like, look how beautiful that is. Let the paper do the talking. Don't go crazy and don't overthink it, because it is this easy. This one I have used a die cut, but that's that Biggest Wish stamp set again. And one ink color, my black, and done. Like, the paper is giving you that pop and giving you that wow factor, so it doesn't need much more than that. What else? The Wild Rose is another good one. For obviously sentiments, this Biggest Wish, which is on page 63, is a good one because you can layer the fancy font and then the bold font, and it just looks really, really cool. Another easy one is for birthday cards, this Celebrate with Flowers. It's got some great flower elements and would make for some very simple stamping. One that I have, it's on its way, it'll be here this week, but another beautiful one with flowers and stuff like that is that Shaded Summer, which I think would look really good as just basic cards with some basic black and white paper. Would just look beautiful. I do believe, I've only looked at the catalog long enough to know, but with Celebration coming up, there is something that coordinates with this set. It might be dyes, so it might not be paper. But I do know with the hand penned, which, I mean, I can't show you the product, but because I don't have it yet, and we're not allowed till it launches. But, whoops, hand pen 105. I'm on the wrong page here. With this one here, so this, keep this in mind because it goes with that pack. And this one, I do know in Celebration there is a black and white paper that's coming to match this. So with every $60 order that you place, you get an option to order free product out of the Celebration flyer, and that paper I think is going to be a big one. So yeah, when you're looking through the catalog, just look at the stamp sets. I mean, this one is gorgeous. That would make just plain cards, even if you didn't get the paper, you just got the stamp set and included just some basic cards in that. You can create a great little gift item in this little box. Wrap it up in some cello, put it in a bag, you know, you're good to go. So have a look back through the catalog. Think about stamp sets that would work. I'm here. I'm happy to help. If this is a gift item that you'd like to put together, I am happy to help you give dimensions of the paper and sort of the layout of the box, you know, whatever you need help with. Reach out to me, let me know, and I'm happy to help out with that and help you give this as a sweet gift to somebody for Christmas, for a birthday, for it's, you know, a gift that you can give any time of the year. So keep a lookout for these boxes when you're in HomeSense or any of those other stationery stores. Pick them up, collect them, get them on sale in the clearance area, whatever. You can make it work. Wire ones would work too that have the open elements on the end, and then you just layer those things inside. So I hope I've inspired you. Obviously Christmas in July, it's something we need to think about, right? It will be shoved down our throats pretty quick, that we do have to get on the ball. So yeah, look back through your catalogs, look at those nice things that we have. Like I say, celebration and that sort of thing is coming, so there'll be some extra elements there. And give me a call if you need some help creating that fun little box. I hope you've enjoyed today. I can't see any comments, so if anybody's there, thank you for watching, and I hope I've inspired you. Thanks everyone. You have a great Saturday, and we'll see you. No, I won't be here next week. I made you a recorded video this week. I'm completing my photography course that I've been doing over the pandemic. So my last class is next weekend. So if I get time, I'm really busy right now, to do a pre-recorded video, I will post that this week to play next Saturday. If not, I won't be here next Saturday, but I will see you the following or sometime during the week. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a great Saturday and enjoy the weather, whatever it may be where you are. Thanks. Paper hugs. Bye-bye.